February 11th, 2022. One of my absolute favorite people in the world when I was little, only one, was, well, I had Judy, but Zia Ada. Zia Ada was different to Judy. Judy was she was American, let's just put it that way. She was whatever American was in 1970s and 80s. But Zia Ada was European sophistication. She had red hair, so rosa hair, capelli. She's very delicate, very proper. Almost like if you think of an etiquette teacher or a ballet instructor, that from old world Europe, that is how she is. And just, she cooks, but you eat very little. You don't overstuff yourself, and because it's not ladylike. I mean, like, the whole gamut. So amazing, but only person I've ever met that was that amazing and realistic of where I should have been in life. Like, if my entire world was created around her and her way of being, I would have been a very happy camper. But that's not what I got. I got one of her. And now she just turned 90. But porcelain skin, the red hair. She did have dark brown eyes, almost like chocolate eyes, which was an interesting whatever. In that she knew I was different. She had a very different, in New York, she wouldn't marry an American man either. She had a very different subset culture, I suppose, of friends, meaning that they were internationally versed and of a different predicate, finishing school type, not where the Americans that I was, whatever. And Lewis runs he is like a floater between where Linda's comfortable in American to something Europe, being Ziada's little brother, and she's the ADA. But what the most important thing is, I saw today that they just came out with a movie. The Cinema Kids just came out with a movie called Licorice Pizza, Licor, Licor, then ISE, I don't know, something like that, and then it's Pizza. But anyway, long story short is, in her apartment where she lived alone, and it was meticulous, always terrazzo floors with whatever. She lived in Jamaica Estates. It was absolutely beautiful. She's the one with the canary yellow elevator, whatever that meant. It had like a porthole window. It had a very interesting elevator, and it was this bright canary color yellow, like a bright banana, but canary. So I guess that would be Canary Island with the redheaded people, the redheaded tribe. Anyhow, so she used to have this stash, STASH, in a seashell, or no, it wasn't in a seashell. I think she had it inside of a special container. It was black licorice from Europe. She used to say, it's such a delicacy. You just take a little bit, you just put a little on your tongue. There's no sugar. It's just, it reminds you of She's like, just put it on your... And there was like a whole routine of what you had to do with this licorice. I have never met anybody who even mentioned that level of importance from Old World, except for her. Except the other day on television, they had a Polish woman in one of the inner cities that has a candy shop, and she mentioned something about from Belgium, some kind of special delicacy that she has, but some few people come in and ask for it still, as I guess tradition. But when you... The thing about this candy, which it wasn't really a candy, it was more of a... She called it a delicacy, is that you took just this tiny bit and you put it on your tongue. Now, it is, for me, for a child, it was one of the most putrid flavors, but it ties back to your ancestral roots, because it's licorice root without preservatives. So it had more of like a holistic property to it. That was very early 80s, like 81, 82, 83, for the 19th century. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Lou and Linda do not keep licorice root. I wouldn't even know where to go to buy it, because even that ancestral connection of where do you buy your own family's holistic connection is totally gone and wiped out. Zia Ada no longer lives in Jamaica State. She moved to Florida, Tampa Bay to be exact, and then she moved to closer near Washington. So how do you keep holistic approach to ancestral licorice root when you don't even have a go-to spot any longer in order to purchase it? It's February 11th, 2022.